by running an agency and just doing done for you services in general, you might be just getting stuck and not being able to scale to the amount that you could be able to scale to. So what do I mean by this? Let's say you're making 10, 20, 30, whatever K a month. You're watching this video right now. You probably know the headaches of doing done for you work. You're probably signing a bunch of clients, getting them results, doing good work for them, but you have a bunch of people just telling you what to do every single day. You have a lot of mini bosses, and you have a lot of stuff that you have to hit. You have deadlines, you have all these types of things, and it's like, it just feels like too much. And everyone's told you that the path to scaling and the path to doing decently well and having financial freedom is by starting a business, running an agency, all that type of stuff. So what I'm about to do is not necessarily show you a new agency system or a new way to sign clients or anything like that. What I want to show you is the reason why you might be being stuck, and I'm going to be as objective as possible here. I'm going to show you examples of people who are just in your position, like you're probably right now, like stuck at that point, and then they transitioned into doing something not necessarily too different from what they're doing right now. They made way more money, they worked way lesser than they are, and they profit way more in their business just by shifting a couple things. And just to show you how this stuff works, I don't want you to think that, oh, who's this random person just trying to tell me or try to sell me something. Guys, I don't have a 10K program to sell you in this whole thing. What I want to show you is just objective truths. And to give you an example, guys, I'm still running my own agency. Most of you guys watching this are not even going to qualify for the stuff that I do, because we do a lot of done for you stuff, and as you can see, it's doing pretty well. Yesterday we made just about this is probably 3,700 USD or something like that. Today we did 2,500, and just so you guys can see, it's real money just in the account. That's just doing all that type of stuff. I don't know why it takes so long to refresh, honestly. Yeah, there we go. So maybe my internet's bad. Webful, company around, you search up Webful, it just goes to my website, all that type of stuff. So it's last week done over 8,000. So it's guys, the agency is good essentially. So now that that's out of the way, why am I saying this? Your SMMA might be keeping you stuck in a spot that you don't want to be for a very long time, because I want you to be aware of what's happening in the market so you don't get stuck and you can't scale past it. So what happens when you start your SMMA? So most of you guys watching this, I would ideally hope you're watching SMMA. If you are, trust me, this is going to be a game changer. This type of information is going to take you to the next level. So this is what usually happens when you start out. You know nothing. Majority of people will probably buy a course, or they'll consult someone, and in the first 3-6 months you don't really know what you're doing. You're trying to gain a bunch of skills, and you're acquiring a lot of skills. You gain so much knowledge that implementing it's iffy. You're not really knowing what you're doing. But the agency model forces you to be good at certain things. It forces you to be good at skill, marketing, sales, fulfillment, because at the start it's just you can't afford to hire a bunch of team members. You can't do anything, okay? And as time goes on, you get better at learning skills. So as you can see, it becomes exponential. So what was hard for you to learn in 3 months, it might take you, let's say 2 weeks or 30 days to learn it, because you've done the things before. You kind of know how these things go. So now that you're learning skills, cool, that's great. Doesn't that mean your income level should exponentially go up as well too? So the first 3, 6 months, 9 months, you might be making 5, 10, 20K. So you would expect that after 12 months, or after that day has passed, you'd be making 20, 30, 40, 50K or something like that, easily, right? Because it's all knowledge at the end of the day, it's all value. Well, that's not necessarily how it works, and this might shock you guys. So done for you services are not infinite, and for anyone that's running done for you services, they probably understand what I'm about to show you, because it becomes extremely difficult to scale past the point of signing 15, 20 clients, because this is around the time where people are working with so many people, they're getting stuck. Sometimes you forget clients exist. Sometimes you're like, oh shit, I have to do this thing. You don't really have great systems, and the level of operations to get you to that next level is so high that to afford the types of people that you need to be bringing on to kind of reduce the workload, you need to be charging a lot. You need to have really good fulfillment. You need to have really good systems, and you also need to be having a really good acquisition system so that you can be signing clients just in case someone churns or someone's not happy. All this while on top of being told what to do every single day. So bosses, you're waking up to tons of Slack notifications, you're waking up to whatever email notifications, people asking you, hey, when is this going to be done, or this hasn't been done, maybe a team member or someone that you hired is not doing what they need to do. Just a bunch of headaches, and these things don't go away. They actually get worse as you scale, because when you bring on more people, there's more responsibility. So these things get worse. So your done for you services are not infinite. Anyone that's done for you services at a high level will understand this, and you probably feel like, yeah, I get this guy, he's been through it. Like, you're probably watching this right now, you're like, damn, I get this, because it's so difficult. So especially past that like 15-20 clients mark, I've just seen a lot of people just kind of like fumble. So this is why I usually say, and this is not just me as well too, there's a lot of people, like high level people that make six figures a month, like they always say the same thing, like 10 to 25k a month, like around that part. I think maybe like 15 to 30k. It's like, that's the danger zone, because like you're good at what you do, you're probably getting referrals, you've got case studies, you're spending money on acquisition, you're doing outreach, but now you're in a spot where you're thinking to yourself, do I scale this further? Do I hire more people? Do I put more cash into this? Do I put more cash into that? Because the resources are limited. It's not like you have an infinite resource. So what is the model that you have to do? So this is like, at this point, it's crazy, because you're like the prime target for every single marketer. Because number one, you're making money, you are open to change, and you're open to like acquisition. And most of the time, you think your problem is just, I need to sign more clients. So you sign more clients, and then fulfillment breaks, and then blah blah blah. So everyone is marketing to you, and this is probably where you've bought a bunch of different things and probably didn't get success. Okay, so if you're there, like, it's completely fine. If you haven't gone through that, I want to show you the options that you have, because like there's a couple things that you can do here, and this is like the point that, like, and guys, like, I've been through this as well too. Like, if you want to watch my other videos of me breaking down how I made like 30k or like over 200k in like a year of doing this stuff, like, guys, I'm not new to this. I've done this stuff as well too, and I'm still doing this stuff. So what do you do here? You've got a couple options that you can do right now. So option one is you thug it all out. What that means is you scale the agency, you SOP everything, you sign more clients, you spend more money in ads, you do more cold outreach, you hire people, you deal with all the inevitable headaches and fulfillment bottlenecks that you're going to face. Because like I said, it's inevitable when you're scaling. Let's say like you have the scale graph over here, you go up, you kind of go down, you go up, you kind of go down, it's inevitable. This is going to happen to you. Like, you can't avoid this, because it's just the nature of the business. That's just how it is, because you can't over hire the stuff, because how are you going to like just keep people like happy or like paid, because you don't need them. But then when you do get to that point where you need them, you now have to go start hiring, stuff slow down. So these things happen. You have these peaks and troughs, and even at the highest level, people have this. It's an objective thing. Like I said, I'm trying to be as objective as possible in this video. That's your first option. Option two, you go ahead and you pay some guru $10,000 or $5,000 to $10,000 to supposedly scale your agency or transition you into like this new model that can allow you to charge more prices and raise your prices, all that type of stuff, and then only for you to not be able to do it because it's a lot more work than it actually seems, but it looks nice when they market it, and a lot less money in the bank because you've spent all this money to learn how to be a so-called person, or like to learn how to build a so-called business that allows you to charge 10-15k to prospects for whatever reason. I don't know how you guys can actually like think that's gonna happen if you don't have a lot of skills and the expertise to charge that amount. Then that's option two. You can go do that. There's a lot of people out there that charge tons of prices to be able to do that. Or option three, you become a hybrid consultant. Basically, this is someone that has a cash flowing consultant offer along the side of the done for you offer that doesn't require much work, actually allows you to profit more in your business, and you actually work 2 hours a day max on this type of thing, and it brings in results and you don't have to do much. And you might be asking yourself, okay, cool, these are cool options, but which one makes sense? I'm not going to tell you what I should do, because you might be, oh, I'm super biased, like, you know, when you're trying to tell me this stuff. But look, all your favorite gurus literally went down option three. Option three is literally having a cash flow consultant offer on the side. Imagati scaled his agency, 30k hit 100k a month peak, stopped the agency, told people how to do it, consulting income overpassed agency income, went all in there. He was publicly open about this as well. He said he closed down his agency, and still people still buy his stuff. Charlie Morgan scaled the agency, does 6 figures a month, was a consulting agency for like, I think, fitness people, stopped it, told people how to sign clients, consulting income overpassed agency income, went on in, now does over $1 million a month in revenue, by the way, which is insane. Selling information, like, I don't know if you guys have seen this stuff, but literally his team is literally just him, a couple coaches, and a bunch of closers, because like they just have so many appointments of people that just want to buy his stuff. And then Joe Kaplan built an agency, scaled it, now has a course, sells information, scale the agency, scaled it to like 700k. And client acquisition as well too. Serge Guattari, if you guys don't, he paid me to consult in his program and teach his clients how to get results. And I was in it, and I didn't know what it was. It was a group course, placing VAs and appointment setters into businesses. Not really that much done for you aspects that people actually think there is. And these people are making way more money than they're doing the agency. And it's not a surprise, because it's just easier to sell information and to sell consulting and to sell value, rather than trying to do physical, like not physical, obviously it's online, but like do like manual stuff for people through the internet and stuff like that, because that will get you to gain a lot of skills and all that type of stuff. But it's not the fastest path to scale to multi-6 and even multi-7 figures. Like, you can scale your agency. I'm not saying you can't do it, but I'm giving you the objective options here, because a lot of these people, they didn't even have to scale it to 100k to like actually quit. I've had clients that scaled the agency to like 20-30k a month, and they were like, hey, I'm not doing this, and then they do a consulting offer and they make the exact same amount and working even less. And I've also done this as well too, where it's like my agency, I'm still running it, but it's like I'm not like doing active like client acquisition, all this type of stuff, because I know how much work goes into it. I just get the here and there referrals and the organic inbounds, but I push people into the consulting side, and that brings me in weekly revenue, and I'm not really working that much for it. And this is the path that a lot of people need to kind of go down, because you're going to end up being stuck if you just stay in the same level. So what is a hybrid consulting? Because I just kind of like briefly mentioned this. So if you want to like know what it is specifically, you should probably check out my Instagram. There's a highlight that kind of like goes over it. Just make sure you follow me over there. You're going to ask me any questions about this video as well too on Instagram. I usually respond to pretty much like every DM. So a lot of people were asking me, so I made like a story highlight. So I'm just gonna like break down to it what this actually is. But basically, this is someone that learns an array of skills. They basically get their done for you offer, they package it into a consulting based offer using all the systems, infrastructures, knowledge and everything, and they sell that as a recurring pricing model, so that people actually pay them continuously for the value, and they don't have to like do tons of work of acquisition and lots of stuff. Like, you can literally do this without having sales calls as well, which is crazy. So when you start out, your sole purpose is just to get as many case studies as possible. My agency, done for you service, scaling coaches and creators. Like I said, most of you watching this are not going to even qualify for it. You can inquire, but trust me, it's not going to be for you. And this is basically what's allowed me to actually like scale up. So next, you market those results on social platforms, on IG. So I was making a lot of sales assets on the creators I was scaling, like the people I was working with. Like, hey, like, we scaled this person, made him 150k. We scaled this person, made him like 40k. All the interviews and everything's over there. Like, it's all public. Like, if you want to go through my YouTube and just start like sniffing around, it's all there if you want to watch it. Made tons of sales assets, but I ended up attracting agency owners that actually wanted to learn how to get the results I was getting for my clients, so that they can make the money that I was making as well. Even though I wasn't really publicly talking about the money I was making, like I probably had like 2 YouTube videos talking about myself, and then the rest was just clients, but I would attract people that literally wanted to learn about what I was doing. So the key here is, if you're trying to do something like this, you don't pick the niche, you let the niche pick you. So at this point, you need to do a few more things to actually scale this, because you're not yet a hybrid consultant. You're kind of on the verge of it. Maybe some people are doing this right now, they're making content, and people that kind of maybe, let's say, competitors are inquiring about how they do certain things. So what you need to do now to actually seal the deal is you need to start productizing your delivery, systemizing everything, so that you're done for your clients, get results faster and easier. This allows you to charge 15 to like 10 times way more. You charge charge more people, and then you can actually like make way more money in the back end with like rev share and all that type of stuff. So once you productize your delivery and you productize your done for you service, your done for you can be super expensive. Like, it can be not like super expensive, but it can be expensive and people see the value of it. So a lot of people would join hybrid consultants just to learn how to do this, just to learn how they can charge more, how they can like get better results, all that type of stuff. However, this is where everything starts to change, because now once you start marketing your results, people are going to start coming to you inbound, asking you how to do a certain thing. So you're going to start getting messages like, hey, I saw that you help coaches scale. What is your value stack? I'm trying to structure my offer properly. And so many people will start messaging you, and it validates that you can charge for this information, because if people are inquiring about it, that means they're in pain. If they're in pain and you make a conscious effort to actually show them that you can solve that pain, you can get people to pay you money. So now that you productize this knowledge, you get people to buy it from your audience, and you don't need a crazy audience, guys. Like, I literally, there's probably a lot of people that have way more followers than me. Like, when I was doing this, I had like 1,500, 1,800 followers and like 600 YouTube subscribers. Literally, it's crazy. And people start coming to you just from your marketing, and now you build recurring pricing structures that allow you to cash flow every single week. This is just a screenshot of my Stripe of weekly payments. This is over like 1,000 in like every single week, guys. Like right now it's like I'm bringing like 2K a week and I'm not even doing much, honestly. And it forces you to make a better product, because now that people are constantly paying for this, you want to constantly improve it as well too. So it's like a win-win situation. It's like people pay you provide value, people pay you again, and you're like, oh shit, I want to provide more value, essentially. And now you have cash flowing offers, you still have the agency running just like I am, and you can still bring in lots of deals, just like how I closed like a 7K deal the other day. I think I made a YouTube video about this as well too, 7K SMMA deal. And this came in inbound. Once you have a system to get clients for your agency consulting offers, that's what makes you a hybrid consultant. So if you systematize the agency, make it such a way where you don't have to really work that much, and it's low leverage, and you don't really need to work with a lot of clients to make a lot of money, then you have a consultant offer on the side that cash flows every single week, and you have something to actually teach people. You become a hybrid consultant. And that's pretty much like what I basically help people do. Like, I teach people how to productize their information, sell it to people, make a lot of money, and not have to work a lot of hours, because you've probably done all the work, you've probably done all these things, and it's just not fun, honestly. So how can you become a hybrid consultant? Ever since I transitioned, I've had more profits, I've had bigger months, I had more inquiries for the done for you, which is actually kind of funny, just because the presence of the done for you actually exists, and clients actually respects me, so I don't have to do all the chasing. Like, I literally have a wait list. I only let a few people in because I don't want to work with people that just I don't think are gonna actually get results or like be fun to work with. So I get to choose who I get to work with. For a lot of people don't actually have the luxury of doing. So how do you become one? So I'm not going to tell you to like, you know, book a call funnel or anything like that. There's a document that kind of like breaks down pretty much everything. That has, you know, what it is, how it actually works, the commitment, the guarantee, the actual price as well too is there. It's like a weekly price. It's like right now it's like $200 or something like that, like all that type of stuff. So if you want me to like send this to you so you can like read through it properly, just DM me the word hybrid on Instagram. I'll send it. You can read through it and do whatever you want to do with it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's like my pitch. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Hope this gave you a lot of value, gave you a lot of insight on what's actually going on in the market. And yeah, hopefully it's giving you clear steps on where you need to take yourself if you want to like actually scale and get to that next level. So hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care of yourself and speak soon. Peace.